Hello there, folks. Cranky Old Cuber here. I've got a walkthrough solve today. I'm just going to do a solve of this MoYu Fisher time wheel. It's not a super complicated puzzle. It solves mostly like a 3x3 with some quirks. So I don't think it warrants an entire tutorial, but I do think it'd be fun to do a walkthrough solve. So I'm going to do a walkthrough solve. And I'll just, I've got a few things to talk about too, so I'll just chatter at you while I solve. I've actually tried to record this a couple of times tonight already, and it hasn't gone well because the dogs have been walking around and various things have been going on. And I've actually blown the solve up a couple of times, so hopefully it'll go a little better this time. In any case, I think I'll scramble it up and we can see where it goes. All right, that looks reasonably scrambled to me. So I think what we'll do is we will start by finding our white center, which is right there, and then I will solve it like a 3x3 at first. So that means, you know, you're gonna make the cross, and at this point you're just solving it basically like a center, like a Fisher cube. Only what you got to do is ignore everything but the very middle of the center, right? So the only bit that matters is this very, very center piece right here, okay? So what do we got? Where's another? All right, so this is blue, so I want this guy to go down here. Nope. No, that's right. This one is in the wrong place. Needs to go over one more. There. And we got the two reds. And then that orange one is going to go back over here. And so now we've got the cross. So we got green, orange, blue, and red. So now we can start putting in corners. So here's a corner. If I can get it to turn. There we go. It's a little hard to turn. I mean, it turns well. It's a little hard to, let's say, align. Because you got to get it aligned just right. You know what I'm saying? So, there we go. That's two of the corners. Now, where does this one go? Here we go. Put that one down there. And somewhere, oh, it's right there staring me in the face. You ever just, like, you know that piece was on the cube when you started, but it's really hard to find later on? Yeah, I get that all the time. Okay, now we're going to put in our edges for the middle layer, and that's these pieces right here. And you can't tell which way they go, so you won't know if you've got them all in correctly until you get to the last layer. And you can have the kind of, there's a standard Fisher cube. I guess they call it a parity situation. It's not really a parity, it's a false equivocation, which means that what happens is you get an edge in upside down and it looks like you have a single edge in your top layer flipped. So maybe we'll get that case and I can show it to you. But for now, we're just going to put them in and hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so there's the red one in. Now we got a green one. And I'm just going to do them all the same way, to the same side, because there's no way to tell the correct orientation at this point anyway. So I'll put them in on the right, and then I'll pull one out and flip it over if I need to later. I do fine on this puzzle until I get to the last layer, and then it is so locky. Yep, see, we got the problem. We got three edges flipped this way and one flipped that way. So what we'll do is we'll take one of these edges out here on the second layer, flip it upside down and put it back in. And an easy way to do that is to just pull it out with the edge insertion algorithm, and that will put it in the back. And then you just do a U2. Here we go. See, it's in the back there. Now we'll do a U2. And then we'll put it back in, same spot, and that will flip it over. Easy enough. You may or may not have known that trick, because it's a trick. God, this thing. All right, that's back in. And now we've got our yellow cross, so that's nice. So what do we got? A soon case? Anti-soon. Here. So that's this. Turn. There we go. Okay. Now, on this puzzle, I generally do edges first. And so this one is matched up, but this one is wrong, this one is wrong, and this one is wrong, which tells me we have a U-perm case. So we want to take that one and put it here. So we're going to go like this. And now all of our edges are in the correct spot. And it looks like we have one corner in the correct spot. Because remember, it's a Fisher cube, so this is a corner and that's an edge. All right, so we have one corner in the correct spot and the other three corners are in the wrong spot. So that's a nice A-perm, which is easy enough. So put it down here like this. And it is the not R2D2 case. So it's the other one. Still easy A-perm. Except when the cube doesn't line up. Okay, so now that we've got cube shape, more or less, now all we have to do is deal with these centers. Now the interesting thing about these centers is they're just 5x5 centers, sort of. Like you can move them and build slices or build, 1x2s or whatever, kind of the same way you do 5x5s. Now what I go ahead and do is I do the white and yellow edges or centers first, because it's just, I don't know, I find it easier to do it that way. And so I can take this one and put it up in there, bring that back down, and then I can bring that down into my working layer. I call this equator layer my working layer, because I basically do about the same way as I do a 5x5, which is probably not super well, but well enough. All right, so now we can build. Now we have a 2x3 built, almost. Again, you got to really get everything lined up well. Now I've got a white corner down in my yellow layer, so let's get that up and matched up right there. Yeah, okay. And then we make this slice here, and then all we got to do is pull this down, flip this around, put it back up there, and now white's done. Now let's do yellow. Well, what do we have for yellow? Got a bunch of yellow edges. So let's go ahead and put that 2x1 up there. And then build another 2x1 there. And we'll put it here. There we go. And we'll pull this one down. What we'll do is we'll take it over here, because we got that edge down in that other place. We'll bring it down, put that back up temporarily. We can take this and make our 1x3, and then eventually, there we go. Again, it can be a little frustrating, because you get it moving and it'll catch a little bit, but it's so smooth and slidey that it might catch and then send you shooting off like that, and then you've forgotten what you're doing. So my problem is I start to forget what algorithm I was in the middle of. All right, do we have an easy one to work with? Yeah, we can do that. So I'm going to start with this blue-orange center here and just build that center slice, right? All right, so now I'll build an orange. Come here. There we go. Sometimes takes a minute to get it to turn. All right, there's that one. Okay, and do I have, yes I do. All right. Okay, and now I can put that there, turn it around, bring this back. And then you get to, once you get to last two centers on this, then it gets a little more interesting and you might have to use commutators or whatever. All right, where have I got a good blue? Oh, this one will do. No. I need to bring it up here, and then I can do it. There we go. All right, we're about to have that blue-orange center done. So we're about to do that, and there you go. So there's one. And this green one looks reasonably not too bad, so I think I'll just do it next. See? I did not want that to turn, but it sure did. Okay, so what we do, now we can make this little bar. Nope, same problem. You go for a turn and man, it just slides around. Okay, we got this bar. What do we got going on? Let's see, we can match that up with some orange there. Where's our other orange bit? Here and here. All right. And so, take this bit here. You can probably hear my dog walking around upstairs. I have asked them to work with her to lie down, and they're just not doing it. So, I don't know. It'll be fine, right? Of course it will. Okay, so let's push this up here, turn it all the way around, and pull it back down. And now we have a green slice. And we can go ahead and do this. There you go. And now we're down to the last two centers. Well, look at that. Might be able to do some, nope. Let's see. Well, there's no good way to get that out of there. So what we can do is, I think this is not going to be right. I think what we're going to end up with is that. Yep. All right. So what we can do though, maybe, is go here, like this, go here, and I'm trying to be clever on this, and I'm probably not gonna get it. We'll see. Nope. Okay, so what do I want to do? I think what I want to do is see if I can build, I think I can. Build a red. Yep, I can build a red slice. Okay. Let's see if we can put that back. Why, yes, we can. All right. And then we can bring this down. Don't worry, we'll put that other edge back in there. But now we have that. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to commutate this down here. I've done this faster, but not a lot faster because I'm not super efficient with my center algorithms right now. That's okay. There. All right. Now what we got to do is we're going to take... Okay, so what we're going to do is, because this is like... So you see this center is correct with relation to everything except these two corner bits, right? And the problem is if I swap those corner bits, it's going to turn this center 90 degrees. Therefore, I believe what we have is one of these corner bits needs to actually swap with one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this corner bit here and I'm going to commutate it down here. And hopefully what that'll do is allow me to fix that center the rest of the way. That's probably why I had so much trouble building that center, was I had something swapped. Okay, now let's go ahead and... So this edge is in the correct place, this edge is in the correct place, this corner's in the correct place, these three are wrong. So what I'll do is I will swap these two and then I will swap these two, and that'll leave this guy turned. So this is a bit more involved, but what I'm doing is I'm doing cuboid algorithms now. So I'm going to do the corner swap. I call it the cuboid T-perm. So we're going to swap these two. We just do it by doing an R2 and a U, and an R2 and a U prime, and an R2 and another U prime and a D. And watch out, an R2, a U prime, R2 and a U, and an R2. Okay, so those are in the right place, and see that twisted our center 180 degrees. Then we're going to go here and we're going to swap these two, and we're going to do the same thing. R2 U, R2 U prime. Come on. R2 U prime again. R2 U prime. R2 U. And we do that again. R2. Okay. So now, interestingly, what we have going on here is these two need to swap and these two need to swap, which is weird, but that's okay. We can do that with more cuboid algorithms. R2 U2, R2 U2, R2 U2, or not. And then we're going to swap these two. Now you'll notice that we've basically got the situation where we have that bar flipped upside down because we did a cuboid algorithm. So now I'll do this here, and I'll do the same algorithm, R2, U2, R2, U2, R2. And now this is all done except we need to twist this center. Now the way I twist the center is I do the cuboid T-perm twice. So I'll just do it. Okay, fix that. You can fix it either way. And then we just do it again. We swap them back and that'll turn this correct. Okay, now we have one final center to work with here. All right, well, let's get it so that we've got as much stuff in the right place as we can. Okay, so these two corners need to swap and these two edges need to swap. If these two corners need to swap and no other corners need to swap, that means that I have another false equivalence or equivocation. So I'm going to swap this red one with this red one. And that'll put this back. And now it should be the case where we swap these two corners and these two corners, and then we only have to fix the center 180 degrees. So let's do our cuboid T-perm. Right? And this will become second nature as you do this more often. Okay, and now we swap, let's see. Yes, and now we want to swap these two. So we'll do the same thing. R2U, R2U prime, R2U prime D, R2U prime, R2U, R2. And now the green and the red corners are correct relative to each other, and this center is oriented correctly. It either needs to be 180 degrees out or exactly right. It's 180 degrees out, which means that we're all good and we do not have a false equivocation anymore. So what we'll do is, now what we do have though is this is on the wrong side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap these two, and then let's see what we got. If I swap these two and these two, I should be done. So let's swap these two. We'll just do that. R2U2, R2U2, R2. Okay. And then now we will swap these two. So that's R2U, 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 R2U2, R2U, R2, U prime, R2. Okay. Now what do we have here? Strangely, I don't think I've run into this particular thing. Now what I would normally do is swap these two. But if I swap these two, it's going to leave me in a parity situation where I have this basically turned like this, but everything else is correct. And that is not what we want. So what do we want? We want this here and this here. So what have I got going on here? Oh, well, let's do this. It could be that really all I needed to do was this. Yeah, okay. Well, that was dumb. Okay, well, there you have it. That was a solve. That wasn't the best solve, but it was an okay solve. I've actually never encountered that thing where I had these two slices on the opposite, so I had to think about like what to do about that. So I do have another announcement, and that announcement is I'm going to be doing a giveaway, actually a pretty big giveaway, and it's going to be for my 1,024 subscribers. So once we hit 1,024, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give away 4 cubes, your choice of an MF3 RS2 or a MoYu GTS2, magnetized by me, set up by me, in whatever shades, or if you prefer stickerless, that as well, you desire. I'll put it together. I'll even put a Cranky Old Cuber logo on it for you, and I will send it off. So 4 people are going to be able to win one of these cubes, and that is for when we reach 1,024 subscribers. And as you know, I like to do powers of 2, so 1,024 is actually 2 to the power of 10, which is kind of a cool number, actually. It's also 1K. The reason I'm doing this is, well, because, like, you know, I like my viewers. You guys are awesome, and I want to give something back to you for, you know, watching my stuff. I guess that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. It was pretty fun for me, and I guess thank you for watching, and we will see you at the next video. Cheers.